Hey, good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Okay, so the markets yesterday had a very volatile day. As you can see, the Dow was up nearly 500 points at one particular stage and then did a massive reversal. In fact, what I did put onto Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, I put in when the market was up at 500, that is probably going to end up down on the day. And not only did it go down, it reversed during that trading period to around about 200 points, 250 points down, and to close down at 74 points. However, the Nasdaq and S&P that started off up, they just stopped by a small slither. They stopped the 3-day drop and they closed up slightly up yesterday, and everyone is waiting for the big inflation numbers to come out today. So you've got the CPI coming out tonight, the consumer, let's get that right, sorry again, the consumer price index. So that's coming out this evening at around about I think it's coming out at 1:30 UK time. Need to check into that. So you've got the consumer price index coming out. That's going to be a big indicator as to where inflation is going in the States, and also obviously where interest rates are going. Just to recap what the expectation is by the top analysts at Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all the guys that are making significant money and assessing the market. They don't always get it right, but let's just go through what they're thinking. Their thinking is that inflation will come in at 8.1%, slightly lower than the previous month reading of 8.5. That's purely based, in my opinion, on the fact that there's a slightly lower price on fuel, and also one of my senior colleagues told me that there's been a reduction in price of second-hand motor vehicles, which is one of the components of the inflation factor. I've got to look into that in more detail because I don't have enough information. He does have more information. I'll speak to him later on when I finish this broadcast. Also, you've got to look at now at where oil is going. Oil is rising to such a degree where the price at the pumps in the States is at an all-time high. In California, leading that particular price at $5.34, I think. Not too sure on the price of a pump in California. The average price now is $4.37, if I've got that correct. Also, I need to check on my figures on the price of a pump in the States. You've also got to look at the tech stocks within the Nasdaq when it comes to inflation numbers. One of them is an upstart USSP, dropped over 44% in the last day or two because they are an artificial intelligence lending company, and what they've gone and done, their forecast is being completely trashed, and therefore the shares dropped over 60%, down $44. So that's also an indication of where investors are at. They're pulling money out of high risk growth sector and they're going to put money into more safe haven. So be aware of that. The US dollar, the dollar is going rampant. It's going to continue rising throughout the rest of the year, purely based on inflation and interest rate fears. You've also got now recession fears. If the next quarter of the US is down, then that's officially going to go into recession, and that's further going to put more pressure on financial markets downwards. Remember, I said from January that the trend of the market is going to go down. I got a lot of opposition to that. A lot of people didn't believe it. They said, no way, there's free money out there, the interest rates are 0%. And I kept going on that inflation is going to go up. No one's paying attention to inflation. And then came the Ukraine-Russia war, and that pushed the cost of soft grains and commodities through the roof, which added oil to the fire, for want of a better word, of inflation. So as long as inflation is there, it's going to be here for the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to have a volatile interest rate market and volatile financial markets. The other thing to look at is cryptos. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going down to around about the $20,000 level. I've been calling it down to 32,000, but it got there quite quickly. So I reckon within the next month, you're probably going to see Bitcoin all the way down to $20,000 a coin, and that's going to pull down the other cryptos within the crypto industry. Tesla, interesting one on Elon Musk. They asked Elon Musk, will he continue at Tesla? Now he's taken over Twitter, and he said as long as he is useful at Tesla, he will continue. It'll be a shock and a shame if Elon Musk was to leave Tesla as the head of Tesla CEO, but he is one of the, if not the best, one of the best CEOs I've ever come across in the last 20 years. A big fan of Elon Musk, big fan of Tesla. Tesla will suffer as a result of the drop in the Nasdaq. You can't do anything about it because it's a high growth stock, but it is a great company to work with. And I think Twitter is also going to be terrific when it goes private, to give you a bit of free speech, give you a platform to express what you want, which will be owned by Elon Musk, and he will then turn it around completely. As far as trading is concerned, you're probably looking to go long of dollar, short of the other majors in the near term. I'd say in the short term, but in the near term, because there's going to be lots of dollar strength around there. And I think oil is going to start creeping up again. It's very volatile. It's been up to 112, 113. I think it's going to surpass that, so that could be a commodity to get involved in. That's more or less it. I'm trying to keep it less than 6 minutes. It's Mayor Valensky, Driving Markets. We'll do some more reports during the day. Have a good day.